afternoon. My name is Mihail. I'm looking for the hospital director, Dr. Carruthers.
You're looking at her. Please sit down.
So I'm a freelance reporter from Studio News, and we're producing a documentary of hospital care across the country, and I'm here to solicit your approval. The documentary is about patient care, with emphasis on successful communication and interpersonal relationships.
I can assure you, my hospital's performance is impeccable. We're the front runner in medical diagnosis, procedure success rate, and patient care turnover.
Then you should have no problem participating in this documentary.
An attitude like that won't get you anywhere. However, we have nothing to hide. You're welcome to the facility. My staff is at your disposal. They will be more than happy to assist you.
Thank you. I'll be in touch with you very shortly. If you just want to sign the contract. Have a great day.
Dr. Good, please sit down. I'd like to go over your performance review with you. I don't know how to say it properly, but your performance has been somewhat questionable. Your patients have been overstaying their welcome, costing the hospital extensive resources. I encourage you to better manage your patient load, as well as your priorities.
I can't say that I agree with this evaluation. What's it based on? I serve my patients to the best of my ability. I always serve them to the best of my ability. I would never...
Dr. Goods, please. I'm telling you this for your own good. Take it as constructive criticism. And I'm sure a month from now, there will be no need to do this second review. But for now, I'm saying what must be said. On second thought, the hospital is participating in a documentary about patient care. I'd like you to have friendly disposition and cover the remainder of the week. Ensure that all patients are properly cared for and redirected as appropriate. The documentary could be a turning point for the hospital funding. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name's Dr. Good. How come you're here today?
Well, I sliced my hand open on a dirty garbage bin last week, and it's hardly healed. A few days later, my vision was all blurred, and I can't keep anything in between frequent visits to the bathroom. Bucket. And this stomach ache. It's no wonder I'm starving and needing a drink, and maybe even the strong stuff.
Do you consume alcohol often?
Me? Nah, I'm sober. I've been sober for years. Just trying to get the rest of my life in order. Now here I'm sitting in a hospital. You think maybe, just maybe, I'd have some good karma. You've got to help me. I swear, I didn't do this to myself.
I believe you. Is there anything else you can tell me? Have you been feeling anything else?
I need to rest.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
The nurse will be here soon.
Okay.
She'll take you upstairs.
Okay.
Dr. Carruthers, please, a moment of your time.
Dr. Good, I assume that everything is running smoothly?
Yes, of course. I just wanted you to review my patient's file. I was just about to order testing, blood work and urine testing for diabetes and pregnancy, a couple other things, infections.
Run a tox screen testing for drugs and alcohol.
I already ruled that out during the initial examination. The patient's been sober for over a year now. There's an open wound on her hand, though. It could be...
Don't be naive, Dr. Good. We have patients like this come in all the time with the same story from drug abuse. Your job is to rule everything out. Do testing for drugs, HIV, get blood work, even rule out mental instability.
I don't want to be judgmental. My job's not to discriminate. Every patient is equal.
Your job is to get medical results, and if judgment is your procedure, then use it to your advantage. But you're just feeling sorry for your patient. Dr. Good, your heart is bleeding on my shoes.
Hi there. Nice to see your blood. How are you feeling today?
Well, I feel better than the concrete slabs I'm used to sleeping on. But I'm a little bit nauseous. The nausea's getting to me. Can you do anything about that, doctor?
I can't order medication until after your blood and tox screen come back.
Tox screen? Isn't that what they did to the druggies and the drug addicts and all those people? I told you I was sober. I don't do nothing no more. I may not have a bed that reeks of antiseptic, or a fancy lab coat, or all the money that you make. But I know one thing. I have my honor. And you, doctor, I think you lost all of yours.
I just have to rule everything out. I can't help you if you won't cooperate. Please help me to help you. I'll be back later with the results. Oh, Dr. Good. How's your patient doing? Pathway to recovery, I hope? Yeah, I just got the final results in. Without any complications, should be fit as a fiddle tomorrow. Perfect. I'm being called to trauma. I have to hang me. Can you hang me IV? Give the patient the injection. I'll be back. IV methadone. Of course, I knew it. Hi.
Hi, Doc. Am I going to be okay? Did you come up with a diagnosis already? Is the nausea going to stop?
You're going to be just fine. Probably even better than before. Now here. Get some rest. You'll probably be out of here by tomorrow. Thank you so much for covering my patient's name today. You're welcome. You're on the right track now.
You have your IV fluids and gave her a shot of insulin, followed the file directly?
Insulin? When are you going to see what's right in front of you? She's a drug addict and a liar. She's probably just withdrawing.
You didn't give her insulin. Without insulin, she'll die. While filming the documentary about patient care, a patient at Ridgeback Community Hospital passed away in medical care of type 1 diabetic shock. A homeless woman, whose name will not be disclosed, was treated for a non-existent narcotics problem instead of her worsening diabetic condition. This documentary on effective interpersonal communication among hospital co-workers will air on March 5th. Here are some highlights. Of the 5 components of listening, it's responding that lets us see how well others are tuned into what we're saying. A judging response proposes an evaluation of the sender's thoughts or behaviors. This judgment can be favorable and can commemorate the receiver, or it can be unfavorable. Judgment implies that the judgmental party is in some way qualified to pass judgment on the speaker. Favorable judging responses include, "That's a good idea," and "You're on the right track now." However, favorability can easily be compromised by voice tone and nonverbal communication. Sarcasm is a prime example of this loss of favorability. Unfavorable judging responses can include, "An attitude like that won't get you anywhere." This is a negative nature. However, it can be interpreted differently depending on the speaker's perspective. Negative judgments can also be critical, including responses like, "I told you so," and "You asked for it." These judgments can be harsh enough to bring people back to reality, but they usually make matters more complicated. Effective communication requires the message to be sent successfully from the sender to the receiver. The encoded message must be efficiently decoded in order for the message to be received successfully. Judging in communication limits the success rate of communication, as exemplified in the documentary. Dr. Carruthers' judgments about Dr. Good's ineffectiveness and the patient's lifestyle led to mistaken diagnosis and fatality. Dr. Good receives judgments in a more constructive manner, since Dr. Carruthers is her superior. However, her body language makes it evident that the message could have been sent in a more effective way. Dr. Carruthers' judgment